Welcome everyone to the Ford Hall Forum at Suffolk University. I'm Jennifer Bernardi, your executive director here for the forum, where the speakers and the audience get to exercise their freedom of speech. And I want to thank you all for joining us at Haiti and Aid Effectiveness. Before we begin, I'd like to thank the forum's generous sponsors, including, among others, Altria, the Lowell Institute, the Massachusetts Cultural Council, and our partners at Suffolk University, which serves as the forum's home base. And we also give a great thank you to our members whose generosity makes our free public event possible. I am pleased to introduce to you our moderator for today's discussion, Mr. William Dorsina. William Dorsina is a Ford Hall Forum board member and the president and CEO of Cena Maven, a public relations and marketing firm. His professional experience includes managing signature sports sponsorships for John Hancock and directing the outreach efforts to businesses and residents on behalf of the nonpartisan host committee of the Democratic National Convention in Boston of 2004. A decade ago, Dorsina founded the Boston Haitian Reporter newspaper, which stands as New England's leading source for news about the region's growing Haitian American communities. Dorsina led its expansion to 24 states in just 2 years. He holds a BS degree in marketing from Boston College and an MBA in global entrepreneurship from Babson College. Please welcome with me, William Dorsina.
Thank you, Jen, and good evening. It does give me great pleasure to be with you here tonight for a couple of reasons. One, as a board member of the Ford Hall Forum, where we do encourage this type of open dialogue where you can ask whatever questions on your mind. The mic is right here for you to just walk up and ask the question. And number two, because of the topic of Haiti, my parents came from Haiti in 1963 and came here to this country. And so me and my 5 brothers and sisters were all born here, but we're part of a larger community. And many of us have made trips back to Haiti since we've all been born here in this country. My mother's one of 9, so many aunts and uncles and cousins. And so, Haiti is very close to my heart. And we did lose some family members during the earthquake, as most Haitians I know lost family members. So it does give me great pleasure to be here with you tonight to discuss such a very important topic. So we'll get right into the discussion. I will introduce our 2 speakers this evening. First, we have Angela Bruce Rayburn. Angela Bruce Rayburn is Oxfam America's Senior Policy Advisor for Humanitarian Response to Haiti. Prior to Oxfam, she was the CEO and president of Junior Achievement of Sacramento, Inc., and a Congressional Black Caucus Fellow in the Office of Representative Carolyn Cheeks Kilpatrick. Angela is a 2-time Rotary International Award winner and an ambassadorial scholar at the Catholic University of Leuven in Belgium and a Peace Fellow at the University of Bradford in England. A native of Trinidad and Tobago, Bruce Rayburn holds 3 master's degrees in public administration, peace studies, and conflict resolution. Welcome, Angela. Our other panelist tonight is Ronald Bernard. Born and raised in Haiti, Ronald Bernard is familiar with the issue of foreign aid from the receiving end. For 6 years, he served as a volunteer interpreter and facilitator with the St. Roch Haiti Foundation, an American-based charity providing food, medical, and educational aid. At present, Ronald is living in the United States while pursuing his master's degree in Sustainable International Development at Brandeis University's Heller School for Social Policy and Management. Ronald received his BA in International Relations at the Académie Nationale Diplomatique et Consulaire Port-au-Prince, Haiti in 2008. Welcome, Ronald. So I do have a couple questions that I'll just start off by asking our esteemed panel, and we'll get into questions from the audience fairly shortly. First question. The honest feeling by most people, Haitians and non-Haitians, inside and outside of Haiti, is that the country's leadership and direction is in total despair. News accounts indicate that the rebuilding process is moving slowly. For example, a recent report said only 2% of the rubble has been removed more than 1 year later since the earthquake in January last year. What is impeding the rebuilding efforts in progress in Haiti?
I'll go first.
Go first.
I'll go first. Good afternoon. Good evening. Thank you for having me. So this is a good question, I think, because to understand what's impeding the progress in Haiti, let me just start by saying that after the earthquake, there was a tremendous outpouring of aid and money from around the world. So whilst I'm going to speak about some of the challenges to why progress has not been made, I want to say from the beginning that there was a tremendous outpouring of humanitarian aid in Haiti that saved lives. Imagine after the earthquake, the infrastructure that had fallen down, people were dying, lack of food, lack of water. So you had all this happening in a very chaotic environment. The United States was a very big player immediately after the earthquake, and many other countries as well. So we were able to stop the immediate catastrophe from becoming much, much greater. And I feel like it's an important tribute really to understand what the international community was able to mobilize and do in a very short space of time. There was not a large outbreak of violence and sickness immediately after the earthquake. That being said, true, the situation in Haiti remains tenuous, especially as you asked about rubble removal. So why hasn't it been done? The fact is, after the earthquake, the government of Haiti was somewhat paralyzed to the extent that there was they did not have the capacity to do some of the things that needed to get done. And so over the last year, since the earthquake has happened, there has been a process created through the IHRC, which is the Interim Haiti Recovery Commission. And this commission has been created under the law of Haiti to allow, to work in tandem with the international community to do the rebuilding process. This takes time, and with a country with lacking the level of infrastructure, and imagine after the earthquake when what was left was destroyed, you're now looking at a much more frustrating pace. So yes, things in Haiti have taken it's taken a long time, but I need us to also be realistic in understanding how this process worked in the international community, and to know that it took a lot to mobilize a lot of money. You're talking billions of dollars that had to be structured, had to plan how to use it, had to plan on what would be the best programs, identifying who would need it. I mean, this is something that in our own country would have been challenging. I mean, let's not forget after Hurricane Katrina, we had our own challenges. So you're talking about a country that's has so little resources in comparison to us. And so I say that just to, not to make an excuse, but just to explain the challenge of being in Haiti and why it's taken so much time. And we could, and I'll let Mr. Bernard here talk a little bit about it, but I want we'll revisit this question of rubble and some of the bigger challenges to rubble other than just, moving the rubble out the street. There are other political and legal issues in, with rubble. So I just want to make sure that I'm not answering your question. Okay? Mr. Bernard.
Good evening, everyone. The way I would approach in order to give an answer to this question, it is first to understand what has made the recovery slow like that in Haiti. You have to take into consideration the context of Haiti before the earthquake. And this context was characterized by there has been a political dysfunction in the system, the government system in Haiti. This is the first aspect of that. And the second aspect, as Angela mentioned, it is the government capacity, because aid before the earthquake, Haiti has been receiving aid from the international community, and so far it hasn't really been met the needs of the people in Haiti in order to make a real change. So the capacity of the government this is in context before the earthquake. And also, because of the corruption, I have to say, in the system, there was a lack of confidence between the population and the government. This situation still exists after the earthquake. So could you imagine all the money that has been gathered, the international community mobilized, and those things, they kind of making it slow in order to make the process to go to help people really in need, to meet the real need of people. This situation has made the process really, really slow. And there is another part of it, which is the international community in terms of the NGOs who go down to Haiti. There is a lack of coordination in the work. How do they coordinate the work in order this aid could be really allocated the way that the population, which is suffering of like the situation, it's really chaotic, of like the lack of water, they need food, they need they don't have home to stay, like everything collapsed. So this aid, it's how those donors, those NGOs, they work in order to make it efficient to help those people. So these are all of these things that should be taken into consideration to give you a better understanding of why the process has been really slow. Because the government, it seems apart, has been not really involved, engaged the way it should be engaged in the process. Because if you're talking about a way that should be sustainable for the development in Haiti in terms of recovery and the future of Haiti, it's not the international community going to stay all the time in Haiti. No. It is the Haitian people. So it is how this aid can be, can be really, it is how the international community would allocate this aid and help the government to rebuild its capacity. So therefore, because all of that, the aid has been really, really slow in order to meet the population.
So let me ask you to follow up on that. Do you find that in the communities and the conversations that you have, that it's acceptable that the pace, the slowness of the pace, you're looking at a tragedy that happened over 16 months ago, or January of last year, and while you can plan forever, right, you can organize and plan, we could sit in this room and plan for the next 3 years, the lives of the people are still not improving. So in the circles that you move in, do you find that the general attitude is, or feeling is that, well, it's Haiti, it takes time, or is there a sense of urgency?
I think there's definitely a sense of urgency in the NGO community, in the communities like Oxfam America, in where we operate, and certainly with the U.S. government. But I will also add that the reality is we can't also ignore the political impasse that Haiti also suffered after the earthquake. So imagine we're in a country where there was an earthquake, followed by a hurricane, followed by cholera, followed by political instability. So all of this happened in a 12-month space of time in Haiti. So the political impasse has a direct impact on your question, because the political impasse that occurred in November after the election meant that now we were in a situation where the government is there is the government that he spoke about that has not been working, and now you're looking at electing someone new, and that creates some new political instability. So the democratic institutions that we believe is necessary for the long-term sustainability in Haiti is at stake. So no, the answer to your question is no. People are not pleased, or they don't feel that this is acceptable, but they are faced with some constraints that are in some ways we have to acknowledge. There must be a government in Haiti There must be. The United States government strategy in Haiti includes a government that is democratically elected, legitimate, and that will work with the needs of the people in their country. That's what the U.S. government says. And the belief is that the United States is no longer going to circumvent the government. This is something that is really important that I want people to understand. The U.S. government will not circumvent the newly elected, legitimate, democratic government in Haiti. So when this government comes into place, and we hope there will be an election result on Monday, it now allows all these parts to come together: the NGO community, and international donors, and other actors in an environment to where they can look at how to start rebuilding this country. So that's the answer for now.
Just can you reframe the question for me, please?
In the circles in which you speak with people, maybe connect with family and friends, do you find that there's an acceptance that the situation in Haiti is moving really slowly because it's Haiti? Or do you see that there's a sense of urgency to try to get Haiti back on track?
Okay. From what I understand, and from my, it's moving slowly. This is number one, I can say. Number one. And there is an urgency. This is what you said, right? Yes. In the question, because I'm trying to understand the question clearly so I can give an answer. Yeah. So the urgency I feel there is in Haiti, it is there is over, like, as in your question about the first question, it is over a million people under the tents, right? Was it what you said, or?
No, it's okay. Go ahead.
Okay, well, so right now the current situation, it is like over a million people under the tents. So the situation, it needs an urgent response to that, because could you imagine, as Angela framed, they give you the chronological time, like we have the earthquake, and after the earthquake after the earthquake we had the cholera, we had the election, we had the let's say all this kind of crisis during that period. And because of all this crisis, that has slowed the process. But those people, those million people who are under the tents, the situation, it's really, really urgent, because cholera, from what I understand, it is the situation, it's really relevant to, let's say, to increase the outbreak of the cholera in Haiti, because the sanitation condition, those people, they don't have the water, not really adequate access to water. So there is a need, there is an urgent at this point. Because if I say only slow and no urgent, those people, we can expect the cholera, even if we have a reduction in the cholera now, but that at any time could increase. So this is how I understand it, and I believe there is an urgency for that.
I just want to add one fact that I think is important. In the cholera outbreak, this is important to know that it was not anywhere near the earthquake zone, the crisis, the camps. And I think that's also an important testament to the international community and the work that was done. When cholera broke out in Haiti, it broke out in the Artibonite area of Haiti. And it was, and these camps that were in Port-au-Prince and those places, the cholera did not start there. And I think that matters, because I have to say that for many people that were living in some of these, the guy from Habitat, there's a gentleman from Habitat for Humanity who told me that it's called spontaneous settlements and not camps. And I want to use the correct terminology. The spontaneous settlements, that they were that they had access to water and sanitation and hygiene services that was provided by the international community. And so I just wanted to make it clear that when it comes to cholera, the fact is it did not really start in the camps and that in the spontaneous settlements.
Well, I just want to add something. Most of the time, I'm talking through an experience, like my experience in Haiti. When I was in Haiti, living during the earthquake and experienced the earthquake, I remember the time that I was in a minibus and when the earth started shaking. So I feel in my heart how the situation not only is, but the fact. I understand all the effort of the international community. They've been helping, okay, but the cholera well has started in the Artibonite, and it spread out through the country, and now my point it's getting to the capital, and the capital where Port-au-Prince is. We have the center, the epicenter is in Léogâne. And those people who are still in the tents, it's not only providing water, they have access to water from some international organization, but if you do what we call an investigation, like asking people questions about their condition, because recently I was in Haiti in December, and I went to some places in order to understand more about the cholera and what is really going on. And I found all these complaints about the sanitation condition. I found about the water condition. So this is a concern the international community should take into account. I understand the report, like you could receive, you could have, but also a really clear transparency in really what is the reality down in Haiti. This is it. This is for the people. It's not giving a kind of accountability toward let's say the donors, but it's mostly about the Haitian people. The situation they've been living, they still there in this under the tent, and this situation also they don't have. I'm not going to be too much exaggerated in what I'm saying, but the sanitation, it's a big issue. The water condition, it's really a big issue that should be taken into consideration.
So then, speaking of accountability, who is in control of the food, medical, and monetary aid being sent to Haiti thus far? We've seen numbers in the billions of dollars that have gone to Haiti. Is that money being used for relief?
Go ahead.
I thought these ladies first.
It's not a problem. It could be. We could change it around.
Okay. In terms of the accountability, I'm gonna just ask you to, because I have a little, in the language, to understand it.
No problem. My question is, who is in control or responsible for distributing food,